I just wanted to do a quick unboxing. This is my sample copy that we're going to be sending out to the reviewers. So this is not the final components, but I just wanted to show everybody what was in the box. And of course, we also have the expansion. I actually made the box big enough to put the expansion in. Chances are it'll be filled with other types of cardboard to keep everything sturdy instead of the expansion. So anyway, so if you take out all the cardboard, chances are you might be able to fit the expansion in there. But anyway, so you can see, the artwork on the side by Mark Spears. Every side has a different monster on it, and then the back, which is upside down. Oh no, sorry, it was right. So the back, has the different components here that show, and then there's the contents on the back here, etc. And it shows 1 to 4 players, 11 plus, and 20 minutes per player. Okay, so let's jump into it here. The side on the inside also has a couple of different monsters on it. So yeah, looking good, looking good. So here's the rule book, and you can see the rule book is not very thick. Shows the components. A little thing about Mythlords itself, and the setup. It shows the setup as well. Card types, how to play, what the sanctum looks like, the anatomy of a card, the different land, sea, air icons for the locations. This is a vehicle, which also looks pretty much the same as a weapon, etc. Then you have the different action cards, the location cards, the missions. And it has little things about notes, game phases, how to do a mission, how to win a location, how to save up your energy, how to buy from the river. So you're basically buying cards and then adding them to your deck, and then your deck is getting bigger. If anybody's played Deckbuilders, you kind of know what I'm talking about. So you're building your deck as you play the game instead of coming with a pre-made deck. How to increase the level of your character, how to do bidding for a battle, and etc. And that's all. I do all samples of battle, critically damaging sanctums, because you can also attack other people's sanctums. Tests for cards when you land on when you put your character on top of a location. There might be tests, etc. The solo mode and NPC, how to deal with the NPC, the glossary, and then the terms. And then just a little thing on the back that shows you what the icons are. All right, so that's the entire rule booklet, so it's not very big. And you can see here is the expansion for Oz. This is the Oz expansion. And it does kind of fit in there. I didn't plan it that way, but it does. So we'll jump into this in a second. Of course, it will have punch boards, but in this case, it doesn't. Like, these will all be in punch boards and not in bags. And the same thing with the dials. The dials will be punches with the plugs instead. But there's the experimental clan, the faction. Yellow is mutation. Blue is supernatural. Witch is the 5th player that will unlock during the campaign. And vampire, of course, is red. So that's all the colors that will be in here, and they will all refer to those factions. Here we have curse tokens, and we have, if you're playing above 20 points, and then there's also a token that you can win, which is a sea monster, and there's also a damsel thing in there as well. These are your influence tokens, and they all refer to the different factions, and that's all that's in here. And then everybody will have 6 bases of their color. So those are all in there. So again, you have 5 different colors. These are standees, so the rest of these will be standees. So these are the characters, the minions that you can purchase at any time, which is the undead, and they all have numbers on them that will correspond to the different cards. Here we have the different cubes. So you have yellow, blue, red, and black. Black you only use if your sanctum is destroyed. Red shows the power on your sanctum. Blue is the health of your sanctum. And yellow is your points. And then these are the rest of, again, these will all be in punch boards. But these are the different characters that you'll be purchasing. And minions. So there's like the Brides, Experiment 13, and then here's there's a werewolf minion, etc. Then you have your commanders, which is there's your Dracula right there, and these will all go in the stands. So if you want to see about fitting them into the stands. Because as you purchase them, they'll go in. Like the commander will automatically go into your stand, but the people will be buying different cards, and they'll fit in there pretty easily. And then you'll be able to deploy them onto different locations and things to that effect. All right, and that's it for that. So we'll jump into the cards now. So these are your NPC cards. This is if you're playing solo mode. And it tells, the reason I have 2 is you can actually add the NPC to a 2-player game and make them a third player or whatever. So I had 2 in here. It shows you the turn order and how to battle as well for that. And so each one of them has a little name, and then you do this, and then you do this, and then there's icons in the bottom for bidding and if they're going to battle you. Okay, so that's all in the rule book. Okay, and then these are your starting cards. And there's different things here in the starting cards. So you have, this is your commander, and then your minion. And these are actually unlockable cards. And you have recruitment, preparations. These are everything has a logo if this is your starting deck. This is going to add 1 to your sanctum, grapple, grab a weapon, fire strike, blacksmith, and then there's a card here that shows you the game phases. All the rules are basically on 1 card, shows you your battle procedures, etc. So you never have to go back to the rule book, and everyone has one. And all these cards are the same except for the minion and the commander. All right, and there's your glob, creature from the deep, etc. Frankenstein's monster, and then the last one is the unlockable, which is the Wicked Witch. Okay, so we're hoping to unlock that so that we can get that for everyone for the 5th player. And then these are the cards that actually go in the river. So the top is all, you have 2 copies of each character. So these are champions. If they're a name type character, they're a champion. So we have, different factions. We have vampire. These are the supernatural, the headless horsemen. These are the witch clan. And we have Hexy, Hunchback, Lord Ruthven, Mr. Hyde, and each one of them has, that's an interrupt thing. This is the cost of the card. This shows you their health, their attack value, how much power they generate in the sanctum. And then this is special abilities. So he's a driver. And then he has his own little psychotic mind. It costs 1 power to use that. And then it's an interrupt, which means I can use it at any time. The mummy, same thing. He can curse people. Phantom of the Opera, Witch of the Wood. Then you have your minions, Brides, Glob, etc., Fallen, etc. Then these are your action cards, which are green. Again, Interrupt behind you, Claw Strike, Daring Escape, Feral Bloodlust, and these are the cards that gobble people's decks up, where you can give them to other players, and it just eats up their deck. And there's 5 of those, and then there's Summoning Spell, Zombify, which we're going to hopefully unlock, things to that effect. And then these are your weapons, are yellow, along with your vehicles. So your weapons and your creatures. Doppelganger means I can copy somebody else's character. Drain Life, Duplicate Spell, Dynamite, Giant Snake, Crows, Mist Shield. And then these go actually on your Sanctum, so you can protect your Sanctum. There's a protection spell, and Undead Archer, again, it goes on anything that's here that has that symbol, it goes on your Sanctum. And then we have Wooden Stake, and then you can mutate your characters by giving them gills or giving them demon wings. You have the Demonic Portal that you can go to any different location you want. Ghost Train, Pirate Ship, Riverboat. These are things that'll help you get to a water location. Because if your character doesn't have a vehicle, they can't go to a water location. Spectral Coach, Giant Bat, the Hellsteed. I thought the Hellsteed came out really, really, really nice. And then there's additional power-up cards that you can get from the river as well. But you can see there's a whole lot of cards here. There's basically 100 cards. So the chance of you seeing a type of card in during one playthrough is you're never going to see them all. So replayability is huge. All right, and then here's the Kali card, which is the bonus card you're going to get if you are in the first 36 hours. You'll be able to get that card. And then we have all the mission cards. So Crush into Oblivion, and these are all different. There's no duplication here. And each one of them does something different. Of course, the different factions mean that if that's your faction, you will be more powerful on that location. And then here's the Undead cards. These are the cards you could purchase at any time. And there's the numbers next to them that correspond to the numbers that are on the standee. Okay, and there's 10 of those. All right, and then here are the different locations. So this is a supernatural location. Again, if you are the supernatural character, which is the Alpha Wolf, you'll be more powerful in that location. This is, you have to read this. When you place a character there, it may change. You may not even be able to go there because it may cost power to go, or it may knock you out, etc. if you don't pass the test. And then this shows how many characters can be on that location. And then this is the points you'll get once you take it. And then down here is the additional very powerful thing that you'll get when you can use as an interrupt at any time, and you only get it like once per game. So once you win the location, you can use this at any time, and then you never get to use it again. So we have the Creepy Graveyard. We have the Dark Forest, Dr. Frankenstein's Lab, the Lost Island, the Mummy's Tomb, the Murky Swamp, the Opera Catacombs, the Vampire Crypt, Castle Dracula, and the Ghost Ship. I really like that. Mark put the skull there in the mist. So that's that. So you can tell there's a bunch of components here. The artwork is all really great, and if you're into classic monsters, you're going to be really happy with this. And then these are the player boards, which are the sanctums. And in fact, I have to turn it around so it's this way. And so this is where your commander would go. And then this is, you place the standee here if they're actually in the sanctum or if they're away. You'll place them there. And this is your power. So you'll put the cubes in there. When we do the final, I'm going to try to have a 2-level piece of cardboard so they will fit snug in there. And then this is your health. That's why the color of the cubes were red, blue, and yellow. And then if your sanctum is destroyed, then the black cube will go here because you'll only be able to generate that much power in the future. And then it has a space for your draw deck and your discard. So that is the experimental. That is the mutation. That is the grotto for the witches. Creepy castle for vampire. And the eerie graveyard for the supernatural. And that fits snugly in there. And so, yeah, everything fits pretty well in here. And again, there'll be cardboard here that keeps everything moving around. And that's why I won't be able to have the thing in there by itself. But that's how all that fits in there. Boom, boom, boom. And I left a space there because we're going to open up the expansion here. So again, these would be, punch outs. But instead, like here's tokens. And these are Oz Boon tokens and Revenge tokens. And here's a different cards, thing, and you can see that these, again, all these standees would be punch outs. So, but they're already pre-punched out. And of course, there's Dorothy, there's the Munchkins, there's the Tin Man, there's the Wicked Witch, Glinda, the monkeys, etc. And these will all correspond to this deck here. So these are the 2 new commanders. And then there's Glinda and Jack Pumpkinhead, Princess Longwayne, the Scarecrow, TikTok, and then they obviously have the factions that correspond to the main game. The Wicked Witch of the East, of the North, the Cowardly Lion, 3 Flying Monkeys, 3 Munchkins, 3 Winkies. Now, why is there 3? Because this one actually goes with the Wicked Witch, and of course the Munchkins go with Dorothy. There's the symbol, because Dorothy is supernatural in this case. All right, and then we have new action cards. So we have Saviors of Oz, Vengeance. This is where the Vengeance tokens would go. You Cannot Hide, and she's in front of the crystal ball. And then we have the Enchanted Broom. We have the Silver Slippers. And, of course, we have Toto. Then we have the Witch's Wand and the Woodman's Axe. And then we get 2 additional missions. I'll Get You My Pretty, Kill the Witch. And then we have the Oz Boons and what they mean. And then how the expansion and the boons would work. So there's a little explanation there. And then it comes with some new locations. So the new locations are the Winky Country, Yellow Brick Road, Emerald City, Munchkin Land, and I did Winky Country already. So, yeah. So it comes with quite a bit, actually. Definitely to expand out the game, and you'd feel, like Oz had come to the classic monsters. So that's what the expansion will tell you, is that you need a certain amount of cards in the river deck, and it tells you basically that you'll have to swap out, the light card for the light card, so everything remains balanced. And here we go. Everything fits right back into the box, and the box goes here. And then boom, boom. And there we go. Also, these are what the expansion player mats will look like. Has the your sanctum, which is exactly here, just the same thing that's in the box, except you can actually fit the whole card here. You can fit your army down on the bottom, any kind of tokens on top, and they're full neoprene, so they're really pretty. All right, so that's basically Mythlords. I think you guys will be really happy with it. It's lots of fun. I've played it for a year and a half now, going on 2 years. So yeah, it is lots of fun, and we never play the same game twice. So there's definitely replayability. All right, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the campaign, and hopefully you guys will be the next proud owners. And remember that the first 36 hours is the Cali card, so don't miss out.
Monsters. Coming in the dead of night, but the rift storm is merging worlds until only one shall remain. Monster shall slay monster to claim their territory, where they will rule over minions and champions, making them the ultimate Mythlord. This deck-building, area-controlled card game features illustrations by acclaimed artist Mark Spears. Choose your faction. The Vampire Clan, led by Count Dracula. The Experimental Clan, led by Frankenstein's monster. The Mutations Clan, led by the creature from the deep. And the Supernatural Clan, led by the Alpha Werewolf. Unlock the 5th faction, the Witch Clan. Power up your sanctum, recruit monsters, and send out your ghoulish army to rend and rip apart your opponents. Gaining influence in the process. Travel to enchanted and cursed lands to lay your claim. No one is safe. Attach weapons, creatures, and vehicles to your monsters to efficiently annihilate your opponents. Play against your warmongering friends or take on the NPC in solo mode. With over 100 cards to augment your forces, replayability is guaranteed. A unique bidding system allows for pulse-pounding battles. Don't leave your sanctum undefended, or your opponents might take advantage of your weakened state. Claim locations by achieving influence or complete missions to obtain powerful bonuses that will leave your opponents pounding on the table while yelling obscenities. Will you become the ultimate Mythlord? Don't hesitate. Pre-order your copy of Mythlords now. All backers that do so in the first 36 hours receive an exclusive Cali character card. Want more? Like the psychotic psychics that we are, we anticipated that you might want more content. How about a Dark Oz expansion? That's right. 2 new Mythlords, Dorothy Gale and the Wicked Witch of the West, along with a host of new characters, locations, and Toto too. Want more? How about a set of neoprene sanctum mats, showcasing Mark Spears' amazing artwork? Back Mythlords, Classic Monsters, and the Dark Oz expansion now only on BackerKit.